Big baller, got my Benzema.
What's up, guys? Sports Around the Clock is here again. Today we interviewed the Jamaica College Manning Cup team. Let's hear what they have to say about this Manning Cup title that they hope to defend. Robinson, principal at Jamaica College. How are you, sir?
I'm very well, thank you, sir.
Manning Cup finals, the biggest spectacle in schoolboy football. How confident are you that Jamaica College will win these finals?
We are extremely confident, sir. The boys have been well preparing. Football is a part of our DNA at Jamaica College. It's going to be a very difficult final to win, but we're going to give it our best shot, sir.
Over the years, of course, we know that Kingston College has been the rival of Jamaica College, not only in football but also in track and field. But this one is football, and it's one of the biggest shows here in Jamaica. How are you in terms of your team getting ready for these finals?
Well, you're right, sir. Kingston College is our arch rivals. We're going to be going at it, and they have a lot of respect for us. We have a lot of respect for them, and it's going to be, again, as I say, a very exciting and difficult final. We are prepared and ready, sir. We're going to give it our best shot.
This will be your fourth final at Jamaica College. You would have won 2, you'd have lost 1, and this will now be the fourth one. How are you in terms of readiness and preparedness, and what message you have for the stakeholders of Jamaica College?
Well, you know, sir, we actually won the Manning Cup when I was at school. Yes, this is the fourth one since I've been principal. And again, football is a part of our DNA. And so it means a lot to us. We prepare, we have a very good system. A final, though, comes down to 2 teams on a day and who performs better on that day. For the stakeholders, give us all your support. Pray for the team. These boys have been coming from Coles. So that this group has been together for a little while. All the way through school. Most of them started at first form. And so we are all behind the team. The college family is behind the team here and abroad. And we are saying to all our stakeholders, give the team your full support. Unfortunately, we can't be in the stadium to drive them on, but will them on through your prayers.
If Jamaica College should go ahead and defeat Kingston College in the finals, it will be a 31st title. What message or how excited are you as it relates to this being the 31st title for the school in terms of Manning Cup?
Again, as I said earlier, football has been a part of the culture of Jamaica College from its inception. And so, yes, we'd be happy. We're not counting our chickens before they hatch. We're going to have to go into that match and play the match to the best of our ability. And it's going to be a fight, and we hope to take it in 90 minutes. We hope it doesn't go to penalties. But whatever it is, we are going to go and give it our best. And once we do that, gentlemen, sir and gentlemen and stakeholders, we're confident.
Any message for the fans going into the final, lastly?
Pray for us, man. It's going to be a hard one. It's going to be a humdinger. Never easy playing against Kingston College. They, again, are our main rivals every time in football. And we're going to have to be at our best and beyond that to come home with the trophy.
And just as I asked the coach and the captain of the team, the first form students at Jamaica College, they would have had an opportunity to sign autograph with the Manning Cup team. What does it mean for the school, for first form students to be getting that opportunity to sign autograph with the Manning Cup team?
Well, I hope the boys maintain their composure and don't let it get to their heads. They know they are role models. They know they are examples for the rest of the school. And so they understand their role and should understand their role, and the school community looks up to them. They are ambassadors for Jamaica College. And we expect that on Saturday, we will go out and give it our full 100% and leave everything on the field. And everybody is watching, and that is our expectation.
Thank you, Mr. Robbins. Ferguson, coach of Jamaica College Manning Cup team. How are you, Mr. Ferguson?
Well, I'm good. I'm excited about where we are at now.
All right, so this is a Manning Cup final that we're preparing for. At the start of the season, given the poor start that you had, well, I would say poor start, did you expect that you guys would have been in the finals?
Personally, I wouldn't think it was a poor start. I wouldn't say it was a poor start. We knew that our preseason was not the best. We had a very short preseason. So what we wanted to do was to use the competition also as part of our preseason. So we knew that we would have started slowly. We never planned to lose any game, but such is football. But at the start, we set out as an objective to reach the finals of the Manning Cup. And at no point in time, we thought that we wouldn't have achieved that objective.
All right, so this is your second final this season. you would have lost in the semi-finals of the Champions Cup to Dinty Technical on penalty shootout. If we go to the finals this time around, would Jamaica College be ready for these finals?
Well, if you're in a finals and you're not ready, it makes no sense actually reaching there. We're excited. It's an opportunity to win another title, title number 31. And I think the boys are really excited about that opportunity. Also, we are playing against a giant in schoolboy football and a really good opponent. So I think that those added motivation is enough for us to be ready for this one.
This is your third year at Jamaica College coaching. You are the technical director of this team. To see guys coming from the under 14 right through the ranks, now playing in the Manning Cup, how does that feel as a coach or as a technical director? How does that feel?
Personally, when I got the job at Jamaica College, that was part of why I really accepted the job, because we knew exactly from the start that based on the rulings of ISA and stuff like that, we would have to shift our focus in terms of how we operate as a school or as an institution. So what we knew we had to do was to develop what was internal. Without giving away anything, the Manning Cup starting team for tomorrow, all things being equal, will have 8 players who would have started at JC from first form. So for us, that's a plus. That's a shift away from the norm, quote unquote. So for us, it's really pleasing and it's really a step in the right direction, and that's the direction that we want to go. We want to give opportunities as best as possible to our youngsters coming up through the system.
JC, KC, biggest spectacle in schoolboy football. What would it mean to the institution to win another title?
Well, I think the rivalry is without doubt there. But Jamaica College has a lot more history, a lot more years also than Kingston College. But it will count for 0 on the day. On the day, it's basically 2 teams going against each other. There's a lot of familiarity between the coaching staff and the playing staff of both groups. So I think for us, basically, we have to just get our head right, keep the boys focused, but at the end of the day, winning a championship is the ultimate, and that's what we're aiming to do.
One would say it's hard to predict the formation of Jamaica College. What's the reason behind that?
I'm not big on formation, so I think that's a good thing. But what we do, we try to organize in a way that players are given roles and functions. Players have certain zones that they operate in. So once players understand roles and functions, I think that we're fine. Formation is just basically how you set up on a pitch, and for me that's not important, because the game is so dynamic that you will never ever be in the formation that you actually started out with once the game is playing.
One would also say it's hard to predict the starting 11. What's the reason behind that?
Well, for me, we have to keep the boys as honest as possible, and also I'm very big on discipline. So for example, if a player is miss a session for whatever reason, which is not plausible, players are late for team meeting, late for other stuff, or players just have acts of indiscipline, we have to take a stand against that. So sometimes you might plan your team, you want to have continuity as best as possible, but you're dealing with youngsters and you have to try to, as best as possible, keep them honest. And also we have a very large squad, so what we try to do also is to try to give as much youngsters as possible the opportunity. Over 90% of this squad has the possibility of playing again another year. So it makes no sense in having them a part of the group and not giving them that experience that next year they will be ready for whatever opportunities that they may get.
Stakeholders looking on, this is the finals. We're vying for the 31st championship here at Jamaica College. Any message to the stakeholders? What should they expect going into this finals?
Well, first and foremost, we have absolute love and joy for the stakeholders and their contribution, whatever contribution that they would have made to our program. We run a very strong program here at Jamaica College, and I think stakeholders are really critical to that. So we have to applaud their efforts, applaud their support. For me personally, we always try to create excitement. We always try to create an environment that spectators or even stakeholders can be proud to be a part of, and that's what we're trying to do. We don't have the possibility of having spectators in the stadium, and that's normally an added push, but what we're trying to do is to, for those who are at home and those who are given the opportunity or the privilege to actually be in the stadium, is for us to try to, as best as possible, give them something to really smile about.
I am sure you would have seen where the first farmers, they were given the opportunity to return to the compound on Monday and Tuesday. They went to the dorm for autographs from your players. How does it feel to know that your players right now, the first farm students, are looking at them to say that if they can do it, then it's an excitement for them?
Well, it's good. What you try to do is to create as best as possible role models. We want them to be good role models for the youngsters coming up. And to have those youngsters actually seeing them in person. Most of these youngsters wouldn't have been on the campus for school any at all thus far in their college life. So to actually seeing them and showing these players this love, it's a really wonderful feeling. I think the players really enjoyed it. I think it's part of also their preparation for the next level, because we have to prepare boys for the next level. So I think all in all it was a really warming spectacle.
Lastly, Mr. Ferguson, is there a special player that we should look forward to in this finals?
I think that's the thing with Ferguson coach Jamaica College team. The team is what I value more than anything. We have standout players, yes, but collectively I believe that we're stronger. If we try to single out or try to build a team around one player in particular, I think we become a lot weaker. If you recognize even our stats, we have shared the goals, we have shared the assists all around the team. So there's not one player who is getting it. It's more collectively, and I believe that that's the player that we need to look out for, which is the team.
Any message for the fans?
Personally, I think it's sad that they can't be in the stadium to actually see them team play. But whatever support they give us from far, near, wide, we appreciate it. And as best as possible, I want them to know, the Jamaica College family to know, that we are really full in this, and we are really trying our best to really make them proud come Saturday.
Thank you, Mr. Ferguson.
Yeah, man, most welcome.
Mackenzie here, captain of Jamaica College. How does it feel for you as a captain now, taking your team to the finals after being at Jamaica College for 5 years? And since you came here, you've been captain in the under 14. You'd have played through all the ranks of the school. How does it feel now to take your team to the finals?
It feels extra special. It means a lot to play with this group. I'm extremely happy that we're able to play with each other from Pepsi and Coast days, and it's nice to see that we've transitioned. So to win this final would be extremely special, and to be in the final itself is really good.
With the start that you guys had coming up into this finals, did you ever for a moment thought that you would have make it for the final or not make it into the finals?
I had no doubt that I would be able to progress through the first round. I knew the capability of this group. I know that we have some very talented players, so I was never in doubt.
For you, this should be extra special because you're like a motivator and a motivation for the boys in terms of you're not only good at sports but academics. How does it feel to excel so well in academics and excelling so well in sports?
It feels really good. It means a lot to me because I feel that I can set an example for the younger ones coming up. I want them to know that they can excel in academics and sports once they take it seriously and manage their time well.
Yesterday, we saw a clipping where you had some first farmers came to the dorm to get autographs from the players. How does it feel to know that this Manning Cup team is like a motivation to our first farm students coming into Jamaica College?
Feels amazing. I mean, I didn't get to sign any autographs yesterday or the day before, but I know that the players really appreciate it. It's nice that they can set an example for the younger ones, and it's nice that people look up to them. So they're excited, they're happy about it, and they'll just take it in stride.
So what's the vibes in the camp like going into these finals?
Yeah, we're excited. I mean, it's a final, it's going to be a big game. I know that a lot of people are tuning in, so just going to enjoy the moment, and the vibe is good right now.
JC versus KC over the years have been one of the biggest spectacles in schoolboy football. For this final, what can the fans expect for this final?
Well, expect some extremely exciting football. It's going to be physical, it's going to be intense, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of players, so I hope everyone tunes in.
Are you confident Jamaica College can win this championship this year?
Yeah, I'm always confident that Jamaica College can win, and definitely this year with this group, I feel you can do it.
So you don't want to redeem yourself based on the fact that you guys would have lost out in the semi-finals to Intel Technical in the Champions Cup.
Yeah.
This is the Manning Cup, this is the cup that everybody wants. You'd have lost out on penalties. Are you guys prepared if we go to penalty shootout this time around?
Yeah, we're prepared. I mean, penalty shootout is a 50-50 type of game, but we feel that we can get it done in 90 minutes, and I'm proud of this group for bouncing back after a defeat like that. It's never easy to get knocked out of a tournament, but we know that Manning Cup is the main one, so we're going to give it our all.
Anything you want the fans to know going into this final? Is there anything you'd like to say to them? Students watching on, stakeholders watching on, parents watching on, old boys watching on, people from abroad watching on. What would you say to them going into this final?
All I have to say is that we're going to give our best and we're going to bring it home.
All right, Duncan, thank you.
If you haven't subscribed to the channel as yet, please subscribe for premium content.